Imagine having your idea rejected by Nike and then generating billions with it. This was the situation faced by Olivier Bernhard, a former Swiss Ironman athlete who managed to turn his rejected idea into a billion-dollar success with the help of tennis player Roger Federer and even George Paolo Lemon's son, Mark Lemon. It all started in 2005 when Olivier was still active, boasting some awards and victories in triathlon, such as the Ironman and twice in the World Triathlon Championship. At the time, at 37 years old, he had a contract with Nike that provided him with a good annual income. However, he knew his career was coming to an end, and he needed to find new paths to continue. One of these paths was the idea of creating a specific running shoe model for high-performance running, capable of providing athletes with the best possible performance through a propulsion mechanism in the shoe's sole. He presented this idea to Nike, but they promptly rejected it, preferring to focus on their existing models. Without Nike's support, and after retiring a few years later, Olivier began to pursue his entrepreneurial journey by starting a training company for athletes competing, where he coached a team of 100 runners. However, he decided to develop his idea independently with the limited resources he had. This led him to create a prototype running shoe using pieces of a garden hose and a running shoe. The key feature was placing the hose pieces in a way that created a trampoline effect in the sole of the shoe, propelling the runner forward. At the same time, the goal was also to soften the athlete's steps, which would provide more comfort and speed simultaneously. The prototype looked almost like Frankenstein's creation, but in its initial tests, it fulfilled Olivier's objective. He then presented it to two friends who would become his partners, Casper Capetti and David Alleman. The two were initially shocked by the prototype's appearance, finding it simply terrible, but changed their minds when they tried it on and saw that the prototype met its intended goal during a run. They were convinced that they had stumbled upon a great opportunity. In 2010, they founded On Running, a company specializing in creating high-performance running shoes, and ordered an initial stock of 10,000 shoes. Casper was a marketing expert and David specialized in finance, so the three of them formed a team that could bring the idea of the perfect shoe to life. The shoes were manufactured by a third-party company capable of professionally replicating the design and functionalities proposed by Olivier. In their first year, they generated $50,000 in revenue. From the start, the focus of the footwear was to ensure high performance for the user, which also meant higher production costs, resulting in a significantly higher price point in the market than the general competition. They aimed to serve a more demanding, high-income market niche willing to pay a premium. In this way, On positioned itself as a premium brand, offering only the best equipment for the market. Gradually, the shoes began accumulating scientific accolades that endorsed the brand's success. In 2011, the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich confirmed that On running shoes provided a running experience with less cardiovascular effort and lower blood lactate levels. For years later, the brand received the ISPO Gold Award, recognizing the On Cloud model as the world's best high-performance running shoe. The awards only certified what amateur and professional athletes had already been reporting across various channels, including social media. Over the next 6 years, the company experienced steady growth, reaching several countries, including Brazil. However, the first significant boost in sales came when Swiss athlete Nicolas Spirid won a silver medal in the triathlon event at the Rio Olympics while wearing a pair of On running shoes. This event brought the Swiss brand into the global spotlight, particularly within its dedicated niche. Soon after, professional and amateur athletes began seeking On running shoes, a movement that also attracted representatives and partners who started distributing the brand's shoes globally. However, the most crucial event for the company's massive success came shortly after, in 2018, with the involvement of two key figures. First, Mark Lemon, the son of Jorge Paulo Lemon, who lived in Switzerland. Mark was a neighbor of one of On's partners and, seeing the potential in the business, understood that the brand had a promising future ahead. However, it needed a capital injection to expand. Furthermore, the brand required what is known as smart money to go further. To this end, Point Break Capital Management, an investment fund where Jorge Paulo Lemon, Beto Secupira, and Marcel Telzer partners, acquired 25% of the company's capital and injected millions into the business to help it reach even greater heights. At this point, the company was missing one key person who would take it to another level, and that person was also Swiss tennis player Roger Federer. At the time, Federer was going through a delicate moment with a sponsor, Nike, who did not want to commit to a long-term contract with the tennis player, and was envisioning an agreement for at most another 3 or 4 years, which in the tennis player's view, showed the brand's lack of faith in him. Consequently, Federer chose not to continue his relationship with Nike and began exploring other partnerships, such as with the Japanese brand Uniqlo, which has been responsible for his apparel ever since. Free to sign with a new footwear company, Federer decided to accept the offer made by Mark Lemon to join On Running both as an investor and as the brand's ambassador. Gradually, Federer transitioned from a mere ambassador to the brand's true evangelist, playing a role comparable to Michael Jordan's with Nike in the 1980s. This was particularly significant because the world was witnessing one of the greatest, if not the greatest, athletes of a global sport endorsing a footwear line in the age of social media, a combination poised to explode and spread On Running shoes worldwide, which indeed happened. Thanks to Federer, On Running increased its sales by 77% in just 1 year. And that was only the beginning. In addition to his influence in advertising and social media, the tennis player also helped On develop an exclusive line of tennis shoes, the Roger Pro line, which placed On in another crucial market. Alongside this, he also assisted the brand in developing a line of casual footwear. With this combination of vision, capital, and influence, On surpassed $700 million in revenue in a year. The momentum was so strong that in 2021, On Running decided to go public, launching On Holding AG, which raised $746 million in the market. The brand was valued at $9 billion, turning Olivier's idea into billions and putting hundreds of millions into Roger Federer's pockets after Nike refused to pay him just a few million annually. Thus, not just one, but 2 individuals rejected by Nike transformed a competing brand into a billion-dollar business. Today, On continues to grow in revenue, value, and global presence. Not bad for a rejected idea.